What is good, Knicks fans? Coming at you with another video. I want to talk to you about the Knicks starting lineup, bench lineup, and the leftovers that potentially will not get minutes because of Tom Thibodeau and his stubbornness. As is the team as is pre Donovan Mitchell trade. Potentially not. We're not getting Donovan Mitchell. All right. Here's the Knicks depth chart right here. You can see Brunson, Fournier, Julius, all this. You can see all these guys, but in my notepad, I got the starting lineup that I for sure think is gonna happen. Jalen Brunson, Quinn Grimes I believe, will win that starting lineup. Will win that 2 spot in training camp. That's my belief. That's what I believe to happen. Believe it's going to happen, assuming. But that's what everybody wants to happen, I'm pretty sure. Defense and offense, that's great. R.J. Barrett at the 3, Julius Randle at the 4, Mitchell Robinson at the 5. A bench lineup: Derrick Rose, because Tom Thibodeau, his Derrick Rose, he loves him. Manu quickly at the 2, Fournier at the 3, Obi at the 4, Isaiah Hartenstein at the 5. That's not a bad lineup, because we already know Derrick Rose, Emmanuel Quickly have chemistry, and Obi Toppin, they have chemistry. And then you throw in a Hartenstein for defense, the two-way player, defense and offense, spread the floor with this fast-paced team, and the fast pace of this squad will help Evan Fournier be better in general, look like a better player. We will have to convince Fournier to come off the bench. Well, I think it won't be hard because he's getting paid still, and he's still gonna get his 20 minutes a night, most likely. And the 3 out of rotation, because Trevor Keels is still young. He's gonna be playing in South Bay, Boston, South Bay. Wow. Westchester Knicks. Not only him. What's his name? He's right here. Faron Hunt. They're gonna be playing in Westchester a lot, unless they show something crazy, drastic in training camp and during their tenure with Westchester. They're not gonna make the rotation at all. But the 3 that potentially can, I think Miles McBride is one of the ones that's potentially not gonna, unless Derrick Rose get injured, and even then, Cam is the next man up to get that bench rotation. Because if let's say Derrick Rose gets injured, you got Quickly as a point, you got Fournier as a 2, and you got Cam as the. That's what I want more than anything. I want this. I want this right here. Well, switch Cam and Fournier right there, whatever. But that's what I want. I want my bench to be like that. That would be an awesome bench. You got. Although Derrick Rose and Manu Quickly got that chemistry, I think it's time for Quickly to be on his own, run his own squad, coming off the bench, especially with a Cam that needs those minutes. We need to see what he does. We need to give him as much minutes as possible. He's in his last year. If we keep the team as is, he's in his last year, and yeah, we need to see what he can do, because if we don't pay, if he plays like in star within the bench minutes, we can't pay him. We have to pay him. But if he doesn't play up to that standard that we think he can, then we can just let him go or trade him before the trade deadline. But we have to give him minutes, because we have to show all of the NBA what he can do. If he can play, and yet we still want to trade him, then that's that. But if he's playing out of his mind, I think there's a lot of options to go with. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard because there's so many players on this team. I want to have so many minutes. Even these three guys, Jericho Sims, where are we gonna find minutes for him? And he's been developing good, really good. He deserves minutes, to be honest. Just so does McBride. He's been developing good. He needs minutes. Derrick Rose, I still want to see him. See Fournier. I think he's the one that makes. And Julius. If Julius and Fournier is out of this rotation, it's just. Let's just get these two out of the rotation real quick. Let's just get these two out of the rotation real quick. Who do you put there? Obviously, you're going to put Obi, right? You put Obi there. Then here, you move a Cam Reddish down, whatever. See, but if you can just delete that. You put a Rose here. Either way, they play they're playing 1 and 2. They're helping each other out in that situation. Who do you put there? You could put Isaiah Hartenstein because he can shoot on long twos. You could put him as the 4 and Jericho as the 5. And that way you have a big lineup coming off the bench. That would be really good. I would really like that. But because I think Hartenstein could defend outside and inside. Obviously inside better, but outside he could defend quite well. And then we could still go small with Cam going on the 4. And still put Fournier or McBride in that situation. It's a lot of options, And I think as much as we feel Fournier is the one preventing a lot of the mixes of these lineups, I think Julius may be the one. 'Cause I mean, Fournier's not gonna be the 4. I'm putting Cam as the 4 in that lineup, but still, I'm just putting him there for now. And let me just change it so it looks better. Oh fuck. That's a great lineup. Whew. Offense and defense. Well, offense mainly, but they still got defense in that lineup. If Cam could show his defensive prowess, then we got a great backup. See, as much as I think Julius is gonna, because he's been working hard this offseason, really hard. I've heard him and I've seen a little bit. But he's been working really hard this offseason to try to come back and really make an impact and do his thing and stuff. But still, he got skinny, so he probably trying to be faster, trying to play faster, like the backup squad. Still, man. Now let's see with Donovan Mitchell how this squad would be. With Donovan Mitchell. Alright, Obi's gonna stay there. RJ, Mitchell, Mitchell Robinson and Jalen Brunson. They all gonna stay there. Donovan Mitchell. And Grimes would be out of there. Cam. See, if we get, there's a whole thing that if we get Julius, we will trade. I mean, if we get Donovan Mitchell, we will trade Julius And I think that's the right move, because these three right here are gonna be much more ball dominant, and we want the ball in those three hands. Then and Obi can play off ball, getting those easy baskets that is gonna help these three play. It's just that I think Julius has better defense than Obi at this point. Obviously, he got better defense, but because we're gonna lack defense here in this situation. We're gonna lack defense here. If Topping could make that next step to playing, obviously probably not as great as Julius when Julius is focused in, but if he could play really good defensively, that's all you need, bro, from Topping. Yeah, I think Fournier would have to be the one out, right? Copy. Paste. So who do you put there? Because you have to give up a Quentin Grimes. You have to give up a Cam Reddish. You have to give up a Fournier and a McBride. You're gonna keep Jericho, so maybe you could put Isaiah at that 4. For now, I'm gonna put Isaiah in the 4. For now, because we don't know who we're gonna get off the market, right? So I think Isaiah is the best bet to be at that 4 right now, if we trade Julius, like I said. So Jericho at the center spot. He gets rotation minutes. And these other guys, other than Fournier, Quentin Grimes, Cam Reddish, Miles McBride, Evan Fournier, these are the guys going to Utah, and then we're going to trade Julius Randle. And who will we trade? Let's say, you can keep it like that. Let's say if we go 1 for 1, right? And yeah, because let me see. Let me see. Let's say they want Julius, and where's this guy? Oh, he's making 30. Okay. We have to cut whatever. Who's making? Yeah, we won't have. Hold on. Oh fuck. Sorry. Utah. Cam to Utah. Fournier to Utah. Grimes to Utah. McBride to Utah. And we're getting back Donnie. So yeah. So let's say this happens. Oh wait, there you go. Oh no, boom, right here. So you say it's Haywood, right? Hayward. I didn't even know it was Hayward. Yeah. Whatever. That's not a bad backup as long as Gordon Hayward stays healthy. And the thing is, we don't have to put Jericho as a these guys trade. So we only got one guy, and let's say Trevor Keels and Faron Hunt, but they're not gonna get the rotation minutes. They still have to develop. Let's say Jericho Sims is out of the lineup still. It's fine. And then you got Hardenstein as center, obviously. Then who do you put here? Do you get a Melo? Do you get a Carmelo? Do you have this lineup like this? Or do you trade Derek and keep Fournier? A lot of options. But defensively, this team would not be up to par as the team I showed you previously. Well, if we keep the team as is now. If we keep the team now, that team defensively will be a monster, I believe, next year. Especially if you put Quentin Grimes in the lineup. The options, it's all about what the Knicks want, what they think is best for the team, I don't know. I think we should run it with the team we have now. We got enough depth. We have a lot of depth, and we got enough talent to make a splash. If we need more talent, that's when we make a trade during the season, and we show these NBA teams that our players are getting way better, bro. Quickly, Grimes, Obi getting way better, bro. Cam getting way better. Well, that's all I want to talk about. I'm upset. What's your preferred lineup? What do you prefer to do? Donnie, do you want Donovan Mitchell or do you want the Young Bulls? It's up to you. Check me later.